we begin this edition with a story that was completely blacked out by the national media. A few days ago, a tearful Mohammed Harris Nalapad folded his hands and said that he was not driving the black Bentley that crashed into an auto rickshaw and injured 4 people. Today, Republic TV brings you an investigation and a sting that exposes his lies and how he not only rammed his 3 crore car into a vehicle but also ran away. Republic TV's Shantashi Sarkar brings you this exclusive investigation.
While they are coming from the international airport side to the city, incoming traffic. Okay, understand? While they are coming, in front of Lakeway Circle underpass, in the road there is a water park is there. Water park is this water line to avoid the water line. Their engineers are make some road engineering. There makes some water traffic. Grill is there. Every vehicles is going in. They are crossing that grill. They are make slow. Next floor. As usual, the auto driver is in front. In behind, bike is there, and behind this car,
it just came in a very high speed.
Yeah. Then the auto driver is make a slow because of crossing the grill. Then only the bike also, as usual, is slow. But
This was coming too fast.
no, it's fast. He is not next floor. Next floor, he is coming, hit the bike first. The bike rider is the bike fell down and sustained injuries. Okay. Then the car will again is going to hit the auto backside. Then the auto will topple. Topple means the topple, yeah. Topple, it becomes the auto inmates are one lady and along with one 5 child. Along with 1 child. Then
And the auto driver also.
After topple, by grace of God, they are alive. They are escaped. But the bike rider is sustained injuries. Severe injuries, it's like left leg. But the injuries, after injuries, our guy is there. Our people are there, and every people are in guidance. Within 1 minute, they are rushing to this spot. Then the rider, car rider is coming out of this car and seeing the injury, just seeing the injury and come over there and grab the number plate.
क्या? What?
निकाल दिया
Nalapad निकलने के बाद
निकाल दिया.
अच्छा.
The people
Nalapad stepped out, na?
from cars and our people are seen there.
Oh, at that time only he took out the number plate.
No, come out from the Bharati
Haan.
and go to the injured, see. Injured come immediately. This 1 minute it's happened.
Within 1 minute everything happened.
He's come out and injured like that and he's remove the number plate and immediately one car is come beside of
That was a Porsche.
beside of the accident car. Immediately, the accident car is there, people cars is there. They come beside of the car is just inside. The people are, the public are gathering there immediately. People are road just now. They are shouted. Sir, why he is gone? He's like, become like that. And there he is abused to them.
He what?
He is abused to them, public.
Abused them also.
Abused to public also.
That was the arrogance that was shown as
Yeah, he is abused to the public also.
We'll go across to my colleague Shantashi, who's brought us this entire investigation. Shantashi, the investigating officer making it absolutely clear that Nalapad was actually behind the wheels. This actually blows the lid on this entire lie that was being peddled by Nalapad all this while.
Definitely, not only lies, but a kind of a drama that had unfolded back on Tuesday when he had come to seek bail. So it was just 5 minutes of work that he had come to the police station. He surrendered, he was arrested, and within 5 minutes he also received bail. But what exactly couldn't come out so far was the truth that was being covered constantly by not only him but also a lot of aides of his. So if we start from the first, then how the investigating officer clearly exposes that his car came at a very high speed. All the bikes and the auto rickshaws and all, they do make their vehicles go a bit slow because there is a grill in the middle of the road, and at that time when the car came at such a high speed, it kind of rammed against the auto rickshaw and also of course the bike, and they kind of toppled over. But within 1 minute, without any remorse, he came out of his car, he took off the number plate, and then he sat in his friend's car and he drove past. So that is the exact apathy that was displayed by Mohammed Nalapad, and as claimed and exposed by the investigating officer himself. Yes, what they are basing their facts on are definitely the witnesses over there. The police constable who was present at that time at the Makery Circle, who was completely overlooking the entire accident. He and his friends did not even stay back or take care of the injured personals. Rather, all the people who had rushed to that spot had taken the injured people to the nearby hospital. And more apathetic is this, that when the people, because Nalapad is a very known face in Bangalore, he is a known son of a known MLA, and that's why when all the people rushed to the spot and tried to stop Nalapad from fleeing away from that crime scenario, he abused them, he literally fought with them, and then he sat in his car and drove past. And after that, we all know what kind of drama unfolded, where he folded his hands in front of media channels and said that stop targeting me, I am not the one responsible for this kind of crime. So we see that this is a kind of cover-up, not only cover-up, but also there was an attempt to divert the entire issue or blame the entire issue on his gunmen. So this not only this kind of cover-up that was taking place, but also blame the entire issue on his 8 gunmen, which was also exposed by this investigating officer. And finally, a notice was sent to Nalapad to come to police station and of course file a reply to the notice. So we see that blow-by-blow account has come about on this entire unfortunate incident that had unfolded back around 2:30 p.m. in Makery Circle in Bangalore. Yes, Shravan.
Well, this exactly explains why within 10 minutes, perhaps, Nalapad actually got that bail, and this entire charade that he wasn't behind the wheels, no matter what. He was also pleading before the media persons that, look here, for the last 2 years, you've seen, how I have essentially changed. Now, that's the narrative that was being peddled by Nalapad. But coming back to this entire investigation, Shantashi, stay on with us. We'll try and play out that sting once again, because that puts out this entire truth behind who was actually behind those wheels and how exactly Nalapad was trying to cover up.
While they are coming from the international airport side to the city, incoming traffic. Okay, understand? While they are coming, in front of Makery Circle underpass, in the road there is a water trap is there. Water trap is this water line to avoid the water line. Their engineers are make some road engineering. There makes some water traffic. Grill is there. Every vehicle is going in. They are crossing that grill. They are make slow. Makes slow. As usual, the auto driver is in front. In behind, bike is there, and behind this car,
It just came in a very high speed.
yeah. Then the auto driver is make a slow because of crossing the grill. Then only the bike also, as usual, is slow. But
This was coming too fast.
no, it's fast. Is not slow. Next slow, he is coming, hit the bike first. The bike rider is the bike fell down and sustained injuries. Okay. Then the car will again is going to hit the auto backside. Then the auto will topple. Topple means topple. Yeah, topple. It becomes the auto inmates are one lady and along with one 5-year-old child. Along with 5-year-old child. Then
And the auto driver also.
Auto driver also. After topple, by grace of God, they are alive. They are escaped. But the bike rider is sustained injuries. Severe injuries, it's leg left. But the injuries, after injuries, our guy is there. Our people are here, the guy is there, and every people are in here. Within 1 minute, they are rushing this part. Then the rider, car rider is coming out of this car and seeing the injury, just seeing the injury and come over there and grab the name number plate.
क्या? What?
नंबर से निकाल दिया
Yeah.
Nalapad निकलने के बाद
निकल दिया.
अच्छा.
The people
Nalapad stepped out, na?
yeah, come from Gaza. Our people have seen there.
Oh, at that time only he took out the number plate.
No, come out from the Bharati
हाँ.
and go to the see, just see. Then you come immediately. This 1 minute it's happened.
Within 1 minute everything happened.
He's come out and engine was like that and he's remove the number plate and immediately one car is come beside of
That
the
was a Porsche.
beside of the accident car. Immediately, the accident car is there, people cars is there. They come beside of the car is just inside. The people are the public are gathering there immediately. People are road just now. They are shouted. Sir, why he is gone? He's like, become like that. And there he is abused to them.
He what?
He is abused to them, public.
Abused them also.
Abused to publics also.
That was the attitude that was shown as well.
Yeah, he is abused to the publics also.
Let me go back to my colleague Shantashri, who's brought us this entire investigation. Remember, all this while, national channels were trying to black it out. Only reason, perhaps trying to save this very man who was trying to peddle lies. Shantashri, coming back to you with regards to this entire investigation, it also does appear at this point in time, as far as this investigation carried out by Bengaluru police, how far has it really reached? Because the fact is that this man is now out on bail. More importantly, this man was granted bail in just within 10 minutes. So where does the investigation lie at this point in time?
At this point, they are still collecting witnesses. They are still examining witnesses. They are still examining CCTV footages. But police personnel, as have spoken to them extensively, they had said that they do not have exact CCTV footage of him coming out of the car. So that's why they are basing on the case on all the eyewitnesses. They do have CCTV footages, which even Republic TV has access, of Bentley car driving from the airport, that is International Airport Road, towards the Mecri Circle. So that they have. But exact footage of him coming out of the car isn't available, because that hasn't been caught by the nearby CCTV, because the entire incident took place under an underpass. So clearly they are basing on it on eyewitnesses. So the examination, the interrogation, everything is being conducted. But yes, we can see a particular delay in the matter is taking place. Not only the first notice was served, and after that, after written reply, we can see that there has been a delay, because if they have to complete this investigation, because it's at the end of the day an open and shut case, because the police are completely convinced that it is indeed Mohammed Nalapad, and they do have a lot of strong evidences, and that's what the joint CP traffic, Ravikant Gaude, and also the investigating officer had been saying, that they do have strong evidences that they can prove it in the court that it is indeed Mohammed Nalapad who was behind the wheels. But they also keep saying that it's a bailable offence, and at the end of the day it's also a simple matter, and that's why they are taking their own time to kind of file the charge sheet and finally reach to a proper closure in this particular investigation. But they also keep saying this, that another notice is likely to be issued against Mohammed Nalapad, giving him another chance to explain himself. But yes, we can see this, that they are still examining witnesses and they are still interrogating a lot of other people. For now, we can say that this case is being treated as any other case, and any other accident case rather, not a very important case right now for Bengaluru police at the moment. This is what the statement that has been made by the investigating officer on a personal level towards me, that yes, it is just any other accident case that is being treated right now. He did go out on bail, but a charge sheet will be filed whenever it's possible.
Shantashri, sorry to interrupt you. Tanveer Ahmed of JDS joining us on the phone line. Tanveer Ahmed, Republic TV has exposed once again how this VVIP brat was basically trying to lie. Now the investigating officer is making it absolutely clear that Nalapad was actually behind the wheel. So why exactly support this man?
Firstly, let me just tell you, he's becoming, Mr. Mohammed Nalapad is becoming a poster boy for media. I have really seen this boy about 2 years back, and what he has really transformed. Major transformation has happened. I think media and people like you and me should really help him to come back to his
Mr.
real life.
Tanveer Ahmed, sorry
don't
to
think
interrupt
this
you.
type
I'm
of
not
news
going to
really
give you the
needed.
platform to tell me that Mr. Nalapad is actually a transformed person. On what basis are you telling me he's a transformed person? The man who was behind the wheel, the man who's basically rammed an auto rickshaw, injuring people, and then he's lying. He did not even have the guts to admit before the police. And today when Republic TV carries out this entire investigation, Tanveer Ahmed, you're telling me that there's a transformed man that we are looking at?
Firstly, sir, it is your duty and my duty to really give a person an opportunity to present his case. And the law would definitely take its own course. I'm not supporting him on legal aspects. But however, I have seen Nalapad about 2 years, 3 years back, and I have seen Nalapad, the current Nalapad. Major transformation. He's working in the field of education. He's really working. Though we are opposition, I not only
Mr.
Nalapad,
Tanveer
I would
Ahmed,
also like to extend a supporting hand to Mr. Ashok's son as well. Let us really give them an opportunity. Let us not make them poster boys of.
This is a transformation,
media.
Mr. Tanveer Ahmed. Not one word of condemnation. Not one word of condemnation. Not one word for seeking strict punishment. What sort of a message are you trying to send across to all those VVIP brats? Every time they will do, and he's a repeat offender. And today, his lie has been exposed. If he was a transformed man, what was the need to begin with to lie? His lie has been exposed today.
Sir, let me just tell you, I have told you, let law takes its own course. If Mr. Nalapad, he was behind the bar, behind the seat, let law take its own course. Let the law take. But let us really finish the investigation. As he had come in front of television and pleaded that he has very old grandparents and his father, I don't think this type of news is needed, and neither my party would be interested to dig beyond this, please.
Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, it's shameful. It's because of people like you when you say that he's a transformed man, the very person who's rammed into an auto rickshaw, injuring people, and today you want to give him a long rope. It's utterly shameful when politicians try to defend VVIP brats despite evidence that has been brought onto the table.
Sir, firstly, you are not the law, and I'm not the law. As I told you that we have a judiciary system. Let the judiciary, let the police bring this evidence. If he is guilty, he would go behind bars. So that you and I can't really support. But making him a
Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, I'm not even letting you complete this, because it's unfortunate that when we are bringing to you a solid investigation which exposes the lie, you continue to defend this person. Thank you very much, Tanveer Ahmed. Unfortunate to say the least.